Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 41 of A Knight's Ransom. We always like to start with any sort of announcements that we might have. As a reminder, of course, we will not be having game next week, as half of my party is in the United States of America and celebrate Thanksgiving a month late. And so because of that, we won't be having session as we'll be out half of our parties. So we will be back in 2 weeks. I will remind you at the end of session, but we will be back in 2 weeks to continue this campaign. Don't forget about our merch store, which you can find at !merch. And if you have any suggestions about things that you would like to see us put forward as merch, by all means, join our Discord and let us know in the Eclectic Emporium. Thank you for the subscription, Otter. I just see your subscription come back through. And without further ado, let's get back into game. You know what, chat? I'm really glad that you guys can't hear what goes on in this chat when we're having that lovely little video created by our very wonderful Otter.
It's all good stuff.
Oh, it's great stuff.
Yeah, we do a lot of really good brainstorming
Mhm.
during that intro.
Planning.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna
Horrible,
go with.
horrible planning.
Tormenting the DM,
Yes, that's the one. You're tormenting the DM.
Mhm.
That being said, when we last left this group of heroes, they were venturing through the inner city, headed towards the specialty district. Sasha was told that if he wanted to, he could inform the blanket proprietor of his association with the Gem Setters Guild to get a further discount. They learned quite a bit of lore when it came to what's been going on here in this city from the Gem Setter Guildmaster here in Silversummit, who is part of the branch owned by Balnar, a well-known and renowned gem setter from Quo, the man who found and rescued Orion. And we found out that that particular dwarf is now properly and formally engaged to the Crown Princess Annalise. Dame Annalise. Can't forget about her title. She is a knight.
So proud.
as the four of you are walking through the inner city, Kitchen and Fred, you stayed back behind at the tavern to assist with meal prep and meal in general. Having completed all of that wonderful work, you now set out towards the inner city in an attempt to maybe, hopefully, find four random people in a crowd of thousands.
Oop, you broke up there at the end.
Did I?
Yeah.
You're
Of
basically
thousands?
looking for your four party members in a crowd of thousands.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm still trying to find the
Thankfully,
right. I'm
We
still trying to
stick
find
out
the
like
right
a sore
spot
thumb.
for my microphone.
A couple of you might just tower over most of the crowd.
You just see a helmet going through a crowd of people.
Which
a shark's
technically see
fin.
three of them.
I know Sasha's pretty tall, and
Monarch's pretty tall.
yeah, I'm not
Kitchen,
sure how
it'll be
tall
up to
Monarch-
you to try to see them because I'm not going to see them.
I forget how tall Kitchen is.
Monarch's only about
Oh,
6'4".
tall enough.
I did make a height chart.
How
Maybe
tall is
somewhere.
Karasef?
Yeah.
You are muted.
We could read your lips for that last little bit. Missed everything else.
Yeah, you got the
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's 6 feet tall. Yep, 6 feet on the nose.
Okay, so we have 6 feet, 6'4".
And 6'9".
Orion is 6'4", and then Sasha is 6'9".
And little Fred.
How tall is Kitchen?
6'4".
We got a lot of
And then
6'4"
there's
going on.
I rolled it too. Like I left all that to chance. And he's a
Same.
tall fella.
And then
Warforged,
there's
right?
Fred.
Fred, how tall are you?
3 feet.
5 something? Hey, not
Sorry,
that small.
Sorry, Fred, you're gonna have to speak up. I can't hear you way down there. What was that?
5'2", and I'm going to deck you in a minute.
Get one of those like little tubey guys. Hello.
I'll kick you in the knee.
Careful, you may break your
Can
foot
you-
doing that.
Can you reach
True.
that high?
Oh.
Oh man! All right.
I
As
would
you
like to just
approach-
kind of keep an eye out for everybody.
Of course, but as you guys approach the inner city, you notice there is some.
Your audio.
Your audio just
going?
cut out entirely.
God damn
Missed
it!
it.
Hang on.
I heard you notice,
we came back
and then it
just
was
in time
gone.
for the explicative.
Whatever you said looked exciting too, so I'm really disappointed.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I found it. I'm gonna pin it.
Is the height chart? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
we
the height
can-
chart.
Oh,
Okay.
was that back when Calyx and Yugen were around?
No, this is with Sasha and Karasef.
Nice.
Yo, Ryan twinsies.
That strong family resemblance.
Hell yeah.
Everything else changed, but the height,
Yeah.
that spans through time.
Are all Warforged 6'4"?
We'll find
knows?
out if we find another
Find
one.
out. That's
Now
it.
canon to the world, all Warforged are 6'4".
Yeah.
76 inches. Done.
Warforged. Terrible at hide and seek, but really good at getting the cookie jar.
While Maddie is messing with her microphone, just a quick announcement for everybody in case it does happen. We are expecting a storm here where I am right now. So if the stream randomly dies, the storm took us out. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But in the off chance it does, that is what's going on. I feel the strong urge to find like a curtain animation to give Zara for his floating head, so he could just be like,
You could just get any kind of torso, put it there, and then just have your head over top of it.
Glorious.
Right? You could get like a big armored body and then just slap your head on there. That'd be awesome.
Is my voice cutting out now?
Oh,
No.
we can hear you. It's definitely not the microphone you're using, though. It sounds like it's from somewhere else.
Wait, what's the problem?
Well, it just sounds like a different mic. You didn't sound.
It's-
You don't sound like you usually do.
it
You sound a
sounds
little further
little-
away than the
yeah.
mic that's right in front of you.
Yeah. Like, is there a mic on your headset or
No.
or your webcam maybe?
No, hold on.
By the way, kitchen, it was quite an experience watching you cook back there. I'm glad I could help you as much as little as possible as I could do, but it's a very interesting experience watching you cook.
Thank you. I take pride in my craft, and I'm always happy to send some tips your way if you'd like, or I could teach you anything you'd like. Really,
Maybe. It was nice to watch you.
I know some very good vegetarian meals.
Any difference?
Say again.
Any difference? Is
Still
there
low.
any sort of difference, or do I still sound far away from my mic despite the fact that it is like 6 inches away from my mouth?
I mean, I can hear you clearly enough. There just seems to be a little bit of distance.
Yeah, it sounds different than you normally do.
It sounds
It's
almost
weird.
like hollow versus far away.
Yeah, where's the lively Maddie we're
Good way of putting
Oh,
used to hearing?
No, you know what that is? It is because there is more sound echoing around in my room now that I've gotten
that
rid of
could
a lot
be.
of the stuff that was deadening the sound next to me.
Could be.
Could be.
Okay.
In any case, you're clear. It just sounds off than it normally would.
Okay.
Yeah, like it'll work.
Okay. Back to what I was saying. Next to all of the gates is a series of rules written in every conceivable and known language in the world. There is no mistaking and no way that you can say, I didn't see them. Because
I'm
they're
sorry, I'm
there.
illiterate.
They're posted.
There's even pictures.
There's
Little
a pop-up book
caricatures.
somewhere.
The 4 rules are
One spot, you
weapons-
hit a button, it plays out audio.
The rules are 1. Weapons must be peace-tied. If you're unsure what that means, means that you must be able to be unable to draw your weapon. You have to tie and secure it in a way that that weapon cannot be drawn. Rule 2. The inner city is for business only. Rule 3. Any dispute must be taken to the Temple of Athena. And Rule 4. A strict curfew is enforced. You will be arrested if you are found in the inner city past 11 o'clock at night. And you can't prove that you belong there. That being said, Kitchen, Fred, there are no guards barring your way into the inner city.
For clarification,
Mhm.
my weapon is a meat tenderizer.
It must be tied to your belt.
Okay,
way
just
that
checking.
In a way that you cannot draw it without having to undo that.
Okay, I guess it makes sense. I don't really need to tenderize much meat, just in the street meat. uh, okay.
I guess I tie my light crossbow to my back.
Yeah, kitchen
Do I
will
have
just
to
start
worry about my
hearing everything.
spells?
It says nothing about spells, it just says weapons.
Well, should we head in?
Lead the way. I'll keep an eye out.
Okay. As you proceed through the inner city, I need both of you to give me perception checks, please.
All right, I've been away for a bit. Time for a good roll.
Yeah, because I roll a 7.
All right.
I see shit.
Nothing seems to catch your interest, except for the fact that as you proceed through the inner city, it is very clear that the inner city is full of specialty shops. Whereas leading towards the gates was what basically we would consider strip malls. Just a long length of stores that shifted based on like districts. So it would go from the fabric district to seamstresses and tailor shops to, and it went on bakeries to butchers, etc. Here, this is the more specialized guilds. Your carpenters, your bricklayers, the gem setters, gem refiners. That's like the whole. This is a specialty area. And it is clear that people with money are the people who shop here. You think you see a bright splash of yellow in the distance.
Okay.
That bright
Vaguely
canary
shaped.
yellow that Orion seems to wear.
Oh, that kind of yellow. Okay. Fred, I think I might see Orion. He's quite bright.
If we can catch up with them.
I think so. I'm gonna just start shouting. Orion!
Whoever or whatever the figure is doesn't seem to stop.
Fred, I'm chasing him.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to
Like,
give me an athletics check, sir.
we'll do 1 second. How dense is the crowd here? Is it
Very.
it's packed? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So athletics.
Yes, please.
10.
Yeah, you are definitely stopped by the crowd. It makes it difficult to get through, and by the time you get to where you saw this person in yellow, they're long gone.
Fred's still with me though.
Fred.
Mhm.
You also need to give me an athletics check, please. No. You seem to have lost Fred in the crowd. Fred, give me a perception check, please.
$15.
You still see Kitchen in the distance. However, he doesn't seem to be stopping for you or just about anybody else.
I try to keep up with him.
Oh, let's see. Roll me a d20, please. Just a flat d20.
Okay. Just D20?
Yes, please. Okay. Somebody heavily in armor passes you, Fred. And you pretty much, well, I say passes you, but you run into him pretty solidly, and you're pretty sure that if he hadn't been wearing all of that armor, you may have knocked him over. He is in black and gold tinted armor. And you watch as he doesn't reach up to remove his helmet. Instead, the helmet slides up on its own and retracts from his face. The face before you is tanned with well-trimmed facial hair. And he stands before you, hands on his hips, looking like the most important person you have ever met in your life, and you've met royalty. This man looks like he believes he's royalty, or that he should be. Right before another person steps up next to him. This man is darker in tone, with large curling horns, and what seems to be a backpack on his back that have a set of wings attached to them, folded along his spine. Perhaps they're prosthetic wings, or perhaps they're something else. And they both look down at you, Fred.
I am so sorry. I was trying to catch up with my friend and he got away from me. I wasn't looking where I was going. Please forgive me.
It's quite all right. I guarantee you that Tenda wasn't paying attention to where he was going. He never does because he never looks down.
That's the problem when I'm short.
Oh, it has nothing to do with you, dear. And then Tenda looks incredibly insulted by what this man just said. Samuel, I cannot believe that you would say something like that about me. I'm sorry, we don't run into people. We get ran into.
Yes, it was my fault. I did run into him.
See? Just look what she says. This is completely her fault. Samuel does not look impressed with Tenda in the slightest. Uh-huh. And, what do you think Preeti is going to say when I tell her? All of that color just immediately leaves Tenda's face. And he's like, you wouldn't dare. And Samuel just shrugs. Maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe you should accept the fact that this was your fault. Fred, are you gonna call out for kitchen?
He ain't gonna hear me. He's gone. Do you happen to see, and she gives a description of kitchen, can you see if he's up there, if you can see him? And I can't see him.
Oh, well, my dear, how do you feel about heights?
I have no problem with heights.
Fantastic.
What's
Samuel
that?
reaches his hand out to you, and the moment your hand is in his, he pulls you up to wrap your arm around his shoulder, and you watch as he this is the impressive part about this man, okay? From a standing still, he leaps up about 6 feet into the air, and as he does, those wings expand out. And he goes up in the air. Except then you watch as that faceplate closes back down around Tenda's face, and he follows you guys up into the air. Fred, with the height advantage you now have, please give me a perception check at advantage.
That helps.
Well, I'm hoping so.
23.
Not only do you spot where Kitchen is, looking lost in the center of a crossroads, because he can't find you, and he certainly can't find the yellow-robed figure that was ahead of him. You also spot, further down in the crowd, a group of 3 armored people walking around with a man in yellow robes, which you immediately recognize as the rest of your party.
I will tap his shoulder. I say, there's Kitchen. But I also need to find, I see the other party farther ahead. Hopefully they don't go.
All right.
Could we drop me to the kitchen? And do you see the armed party? If you could tell them we're looking for them and to head back towards us, if you...
We'll do you one better.
Okay.
Kitchen. You glance up as a armored figure in black and gold lands in front of you. Superhero pose, like the one
The
knee on the
3-point landing?
ground, with the fist in the ground, right?
Yeah.
Followed up by a second one, whose armor is is purple and gold.
So that must have hurt your knee.
The suits are padded. Your friend has asked us to collect you. You'll notice that she's up there. And as you look up, you see Fred hanging off of the horned man with wings. And she waves at you very excitedly.
Okay, as long as she's waving. Otherwise, it seems like a kidnap attempt.
Come on
Been
now.
there, done that.
I wouldn't do that twice in one campaign. Come on.
Suddenly, violence erupts in the crowded streets.
They both extend a hand to you, Kitchen, and then state that due to your rather unique physique, it will take 2 of them to carry you.
That's very kind of you to put it that way. And he puts his hands out and takes their hands.
You are lifted up by the 2 of them, and
I hope no one can see up my trousers.
and you are both flown to your comrades. The 4 of you walking around headed towards a specialty shop. Kitchen and Fred are suddenly in front of you, accompanied by 3 people you have never seen before.
3 or 2?
3.
Where did
Two
the
holding
third
me,
one
one
come
holding
from?
Fred.
Because Tenda could not lift Kitchen by himself.
Bless
and
him.
so another person in blue and gold or purple and gold
Oh.
armor showed up.
Missed that. Okay.
Yeah.
Those in the armor, their faceplates retract, much like they had when they first met Fred. The woman has a tightly wound braided bun of strawberry blonde. And she stands there very politely with her hands folded in front of her, while Tenda puts his hands on his hips and looks at you all with pride that he's done a fantastic thing.
Thank you for the lift.
Samwell gently sets Fred down on the ground before the wings fold back along his spine. And then all 3 of them look at Orion.
And I look at all of them at the same time, because I can.
And they merely say, CB will find you tonight.
Oh, hold on. CB?
CB, as in like the initials CB.
Oh, wait, hold on. I understand. Yes.
CB will find you tonight. Be at the inn. Fred,
Mhm.
the woman gives you a smile and says, "When we see you next, remind me, we owe you for my husband's arrogance." He looks a little bit saddened to hear her say that, but takes the ribbing in good nature. Before their faceplates are on and all three are back up in the air and gone.
Was my message in common?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ryan, who is CB?
The acquaintance I mentioned that I was looking for in the city.
Oh, okay. How do you spell a CB?
I believe they were using initials to not speak the full name.
Ah, okay. Okay.
They value their privacy these days, it would seem.
Apparently. And Fred, you make friends quickly.
Hang on, I apologize. I sent Mom a message before we keep going.
Well, that's happening. Can you tell me the colors on the armor one more time? There was black and gold.
So the man was in black and gold, the woman was in purple and gold. The armor itself looked like it was a series of interconnected and interlocking plates.
Okay.
But didn't seem to hamper their mobility at all.
What about the third?
The third one was dressed more, I guess, subtly. He was in leather armor with, You were so close, Mom. You're so close. With the wings, his wings are the same sort of construction that theirs are, but you can't really identify how his wings work yet because you did not have time to actually look at the contraption.
That's fine. I'll have to yell at them about Icarus later.
Now, if I could only add that to the dragon scale armor.
No. Sir, you would actually need levels of artificer.
I got 2.
Well, welcome everyone. It's good to see you. How did everything go at the inn?
Kitchen did so well. He always does.
Thank you. We kept quite busy. It was nice. And how have you guys fared?
Oh, we've been just wandering, exploring. Tried to do some shopping, but everything's here really expensive.
Like,
Like, Sasha was looking at a rug that apparently on sale was still 100 gold.
oh my God.
I don't know a whole lot with money these days, but that's a larger number.
For a rug.
Well, a blanket.
A blanket.
Like a magic blanket?
A fancy
No.
blanket.
No, it was just soft.
So glad I don't sleep.
Well, it's not for me.
Oh. For your brother?
My partner.
Ah. That makes more sense.
Yeah. Then we went to the Gem Setters branch here for a little bit. And now we're on our way to the specialty market.
Right, very nice.
I
Just
found out
window
I'm in a
shopping.
guild.
You're in a guild. I'm in a guild.
What guild are you in?
I mean, take a guess.
The chef's guild.
Nostrin.
Culinary is the word you're looking for.
Thank you.
But yes, I joined the guild very, very early on in my consciousness, and honestly, I don't deal with them very often, ever, really.
I didn't
have a car.
realize that I was in a guild until until earlier. And I'll pull out my book and show the sigil on the back. Apparently, me having this means that I'm a member of the guild. I never knew.
How did you join it without knowing?
I was given this book as a parting present when I left to adventure with you folks, and never knew that it had further connotations than that.
That's a nice surprise.
Does that mean you were tricked into the guild?
I mean, from what the nice man earlier said, at least I'm honorary member. I'm not exactly a craftsman, but I am known to the guild.
Oh, okay. Do you have to pay the guild fees?
If I do, I'm very late.
I am too. I just ignore it.
To be fair, they did mention that you were an honorary member.
Yeah.
Mascot.
I feel like I don't have enough gems on my person to be the mascot for the Gem Setters Guild.
We gotta get you bejeweled.
All
Kinda
of the little
bejeweled.
stars on the constellations are just gemstones.
Yeah. Or bedazzled. Bedazzled, not bejeweled. We gotta get you bedazzled.
Oh boy.
Just picturing Orion in a bedazzled jean jacket from the 70s now.
With the tassels?
With the tassels, full rhinestones covering the back.
We gotta get you a headband, my man.
Oh. But yeah, we've just been kind of wandering, checking out what's in the town.
Okay. Anywhere else you guys were hoping to look?
We were headed down to the specialty market just because that seems where some interesting things may end up.
Well, I'm excited to go.
I'm not exactly shopping, but if we happen to find any brimstone for a reasonable price, I know a couple folks who would enjoy it if they come join us for more tea.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out.
Okay, sorry. I was getting my mom information to go into the dock.
Part of me is like fighting the urge to like take Fred and run back into the Gem Setters Guild and go, look, not all of my friends are scary.
Just most of them.
Just picks up Fred. Look at them.
I mean,
They
I
give you a hard
100%
time, Orion.
I
Really too bad I don't have my
100%
tablet
support
right now.
this if that's what you want to do.
Their shop isn't going anywhere. It doesn't have to happen today.
Okay. Just know that I 100% support that.
Ah, yes, and it was pointed out that we travel with some very interesting folks.
We're colorful.
Fantastic. You're all together. What are you doing?
Going to the market.
Specialty market. We're going window shopping.
I'm just shocked that Orion knew what window shopping was and didn't assume that that meant shopping for windows.
This whole time he's been pumped about what panes of glass we're gonna pick.
I wonder how thin they can make the glass these days. Windows used to be like.
They come in all sorts of colors now too.
Okay, is there anything specific you guys are looking for?
Brimstone for sure.
Right, you were looking for brimstone.
It is not high up on my list of wants, but if we come across it, I know some people who would like it. Otherwise, I'm just seeing if anything catches my eye. Oh. Eyes.
Okay, in that case, you walk for about an hour before you find a store that states that it is dealing primarily in the strange and arcane. Which you think could probably be a pretty damn good bet that that's where it's gonna be.
Hey, what's it called?
Are you fucking kidding me?
You put a store in front of me. If we want to come back, I need to know what it's called.
Why do you do this to me?
You're the DM?
Why aren't you prepared, not expect it?
I don't know! Does this to me all the fucking time.
What about Orion says I'm not gonna ask?
I don't know!
What about this whole group?
Mm-hmm.
We're all just little shits.
I would say if Orion skips it, one of us is gonna do it.
I know. I know.
Ooh.
Call it the Astral Blade.
There we go.
Done. That's what it's called. Thank you, Monarch.
The Astral Blade. Lovely. Well, this place looks promising.
I agree. Let's check it out, I guess. And Kitchen's gonna head for the door.
Alright, you head for the door. The door seems to be locked.
What time of day is it?
It's about 1 in the afternoon.
Well, that's very inconvenient.
We can try knocking.
While knocking, I'd like to just kind of look and see if there's one of those, those little signs that say the store hours.
Out to lunch.
Just picturing like a
doesn't-
non-stop.
There doesn't seem to be one of those. However, there is a "will be back in 30 minutes" sign.
It's a late lunch.
Now the question is, when did the sign go up?
You don't know because there's no time
Oh.
posted.
Oh no! This is me talking to Kitchen,
That's very good. It's a
because
very
the
good
30
observation.
minutes could have just started. We could be halfway through. They could have been overdue.
They could be right around the corner. I don't know what they look like, Orion.
I don't know why I'm gesturing to look anyway, because I can just woo 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 in every direction.
Well, it's
No, but Kitchen brings up a very good point. You're looking for people that you don't know what they look like. We don't even know what species they are.
do we stay or check something out for 30 minutes?
What shops are around this one?
Names too, please. For Orion's book.
See, now the
How-
question I have is, do I cop out and say that it is surrounded by housing and or empty
There
stores?
is nothing everywhere.
Or do I say something else and actually attempt to come up with something?
You don't have to give names. I'm just being a shit.
How else am I
know.
going to write a tourism guide for while we're here? But no. Just whatever is around.
Okay. There seems to be some. It actually seems to be surrounded by China shops. The particular one that you're looking at. The one that you're looking at, is actually called The Finest Paint.
Orion, would you like to go check out the finest paint? Excellent. I love the enthusiasm. Wait a second. Otter, are you
Couldn't
speaking?
you just stand in a corner, like pretend to be something for sale?
Oh my god, he could.
Sure. Does anyone else want to check out the finest paint? I realized I tapped mute like halfway through my response, and it was like, well, shit.
And with your beard, it's kind of hard to see if you're speaking sometimes.
But what I will do is I'll reach into my sleeve and pull out an owl and instruct them to hang out in front of the magic-y shop and to let me know if someone comes back and opens the door.
I love that owl.
He's a good fella.
He is a good fella. We should get him a treat while we're here.
Be a bad idea. But yeah, does anyone else want to check out a plate store?
Sure, why not?
Maybe I could get
Something-
done up like you.
Why not? Part of me just wants to see my party in a China shop.
Okay. Well, the party heads into the finest paints. And it is filled wall to wall with beautiful display cases of various china sets. And they are hand painted. They're hand painted designs. Hang on. There's actually a name for them.
Kitchen is going to just be, when you go into a place like this, you're extra aware of where you are, like physically. Kitchen is really, really being attentive to where his things are hanging and everything. I'm not going to be the one that does it.
These are they are varying scenes, and some of them are just a nice, lovely floral motif. But for the most part, most of them are done in a blue paint with on a white set of china. The proprietor of this particular store looks up at you and seems to have rather large, buggy eyes at first glance. However, upon further, I guess, investigation, it is that they are wearing a pair of goggles that highly magnifies whatever they're looking at. And so when they look up at you, their eyes are magnified on your end. And then you watch as they push the goggles up so it sits above their brow, and he smiles at you. He's a little bit on the portly side, and he grabs a pair of glasses that are hanging out of his shirt front and pulls them on around his ears and gives you all a pleasant smile. My name is Christoph. How might I help you today? He is a very soft-spoken kind of man.
Well, Christoph, I think we were just window shopping. Though you have very, very nice products.
Thank you. Are you interested in buying a set?
Perhaps. I do quite a bit of cooking, so maybe some nice plateware would be nice.
I think for you, I would recommend the set on shelf 6 in cabinet 12. And he points sort of in a corner. And you can actually now see that all of the cabinets are clearly labeled.
Kitchen will go over and again, very delicately and very. He's not going to be the one that does it. He is going to.
He's not going to be the
Drag
bull in
it.
the china shop?
He is not. No. He'll pull open the that cabinet.
The set before you seems to be... It has, of course, the same motif across all of the plates, the cups, the bowls. But it is a set that depicts the scene of Jace and Ashoka. Of them fighting together with a single spear.
Huh.
It is a authentic and possibly accurate depiction of how they would have fought together. The lines are crisp. There is not a single flaw to be found. The edges of it are trimmed with a gold paint. And there is a place setting of 6. So, basically 6 plates, 6 bowls, 6 cups, saucers, etc.
These are very nice, Christoph.
Thank you.
My name is Kitchen, by the way.
I surmised that you smell like fresh food being cooked.
I wouldn't know, but it's nice to know.
And your friend in the robe. Sir, you smell like ink. And a clear, crisp night.
You have a way with words. If we could, I'm sure we'd both be blushing.
Your masked friend with the hood. Sir, you smell of incense and the faint burning of prayer candles. While the one in the armor without the helmet smells of the forge.
Well, you got that right.
And then Sasha,
Mhm.
he turns his eyes to you.
Dirty dog.
You're a bit of an enigma. On one hand, you smell of the battlefield, of victory. But on the other, you smell of the forest after it has rained.
Mm.
It's a very peculiar mix of smells.
Would you like to blush, Kitchen?
You have the paints to draw like the blush marks on
I
them.
don't even need paint.
I wouldn't be opposed.
I will just walk up and take my hands and like touch your cheeks and just cast prestidigitation to make like a blush color on your cheeks for the next like what is it, minute?
Oh.
Nice. And now we have Kitchen with just a pair of rosy red cheeks.
And because I'm unfamiliar with what blush color would properly look like, it is like red.
Amazing.
Fred would help you to blend that properly. You know, she's got all her stuff from Aphrodite and, you know.
Right. Well, thank
I'm
you
just
both. I feel
picturing,
very
like,
bashful now.
The Pikachu circles, just like bright red dots.
We can do the meme now.
Okay. Fred,
Yes.
they have entered a small shop called The Finest Paint, and it is a China store. And the set that has been recommended to your party is a set that portrays Jace and Ashoka
Okay.
fighting back to back, sharing a singular spear.
It's very pretty.
And the proprietor has just finished telling everybody else what they smell like,
Okay.
to varying degrees of accuracy. You seem to be in strange company, my dear. You're, well, much smaller than they are, aren't you?
Yes.
Do they all act like bodyguards for you?
Sometimes.
Oh. You smell like lavender and
Mm.
rose water. It is a pleasing set of smells to be had in my store. Thank you. And thank you for not being too weirded out by my particularities. I cannot help it.
Accepting people for who they are is the best thing to do.
Yes, well, not everybody sees it that way.
I'm pretty sure it's their loss.
Perhaps.
This is a very beautiful statue, or it's a statue, right?
No, Mom. It's a china set.
China
As in,
set.
like,
Sorry.
plates,
Thank you.
bowls,
Yep.
like,
Yep.
you know, like the
Sorry.
set you own.
Yep. Sorry.
But these are painted blue on white. You know, it's the kind of china that everybody puts up as a display instead of actually using.
Now, how much is this set?
The full set runs at about 500 gold pieces, considering that each is handmade and hand-painted.
I'm going to have to sleep on this one.
Of
It
course.
was very nice knowing you.
I'm gonna have to think about this. I'm never coming back. It's at that point that you hear the distinct sound of a bell jingling and a lock turning.
Is this from Taito?
Yes.
Aha. I think the other shopkeep is back.
Oh, we were at the tail end of that 30 minutes, I see.
It seems so. Kristoff,
Yes.
odd question. But seeing as you seem to work heavily with porcelain and the like, would you happen to have any dust or broken bits that you would be looking to get rid of?
I might. Please wait a moment. And he doesn't get up. Instead, what you see is, in fact, he rolls himself backwards. And that's when you notice that all of the shelves are set at a height where he would be able to fill them without having to stand, as well as each aisleway in this store is wide enough for his chair. He wheels himself into the back and comes back out with a small box of broken china in his lap. Will some of this suffice?
Yes. Once in a while, I do happen to sustain some cracks, and having some dust and bits to repair is certainly nice.
Then here you are. And he holds the box out to you.
Would you like anything for these?
No. They would have just been thrown away anyway. Doesn't seem right.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm just going to add that to my list of resin powder.
Okay.
Well, lovely. And I leave.
Adieu. And gone.
You see, we went from 500 gold to free.
Orion, you really are the master of the deal.
I'm going to walk outside and, for giggles, try and cast mending on the pile of stuff I was given to see if anything happens.
It does not.
Worth a try.
Oh yeah.
Mostly because you're thinking that if you were to do the mending, you would actually have to find the pieces that fit together and then cast mending, and it would be a process. Like a
Piece
puzzle.
by piece. Piece by piece.
Oh yeah,
This is
it
not
was.
I wave my hand over it and see what happens.
I haven't really used mending a whole lot. I'm not super versed in what it does, so I'm gonna try it. If you're speaking, Karis, if it's not coming through your mask.
I apparently muted at some point.
I can see
quite
your
a bit. I
chin.
wonder how long I've been muted for.
We've
I
just
can
been
see your
ignoring you this whole
chin
time.
moving, but it seems it's not coming through.
Yeah, no, don't you have to use mending on yourself? How are you not well versed in that?
Honestly, I've been manually repairing this form until pretty recently, and I haven't gotten damaged to the point of needing to use it. It's
Probably
something
a good
I
thing.
have been looking into, but haven't really had the chance to apply anywhere.
Fair enough.
Okay, you head into the Astral Blade. And as you enter, the proprietor is a young woman who is sitting on her countertop, staring at you.
What does she look like?
Oh yeah, what breed?
I need to stop giving you guys NPCs.
I feel
You're
like
gonna-
that's a very
you're gonna-
rude question, Karisef. What breed are you?
Well, I mean, is she like Australian Shepherd, or is she having a really hard time breathing?
Listen, that poor pug. That poor pug. Listen. They've gone
Oh
too
my
far.
God. Okay, it is a elven woman, and she sits there with one leg up and one leg down, and her arm wrapped around the leg that is up, and rests her chin against her knee, and says nothing. Just stares at you.
Hello?
Her lips don't move, but you hear her reply. What can I do for you today?
We're looking for brimstone?
You want something regular like that, and you're coming to my store for it.
We can go somewhere
Well,
else if you prefer.
The
I mean, I would
lower
prefer.
well, is this kitchen and them talking in inside voice, or is this
Yes.
verbal? Okay.
Everybody hears her. It's like her voice is coming from like a PA system, but her lips
Sure.
are not moving. But everybody hears her.
Well, that's a cool trick.
It's not a trick. It's a curse.
If I think back, can you hear me?
I can't read your thoughts. This isn't mental. I just can't move my lips and I can't speak. She is looking a little annoyed.
Huh.
And how long have you had this curse?
350 years?
Well, wait. I happen to know a thing or two. I could potentially remove this curse. If it would maybe make your attitude improve somewhat.
I mean, it might. I guess you'll have to try and find out.
You know what? Not with that attitude.
Kursef, you good?
Karisef's just in the corner trying not to have a breakdown over this.
I'd like to hear it,
this
please.
Funny? Is he finding this funny, or does he want to set like fire to her shop?
Little column A, little column B.
All right, fair enough.
All I know is the moment you said that, my whole brain was, "That's me in the corner."
Uh-huh.
But yes, Kitchen may be able to help. Brimstone was kind of on like a wishful list. The lower the level it came from, the better. But also just seeing what interesting things you may have.
You know what it takes to get brimstone? You have
Yes.
to travel to one of the layers of hell,
Mm-hmm.
which is fraught with its own troubles. You're not getting
I mean-
brimstone at a low level.
The politics are interesting depending on the level, but it is what it
I
is.
need an insight check from the 2 paladins in the party. And the cleric.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Is character sheet of a +6 or a +5?
Karsef is too
Ooh.
busy dying in the corner.
Yup,
There's the
definitely.
corner.
Not awful.
I'm just trying to recompose myself over there.
Dirty 20, 14 + 6.
Okay. Kitchen and Sasha. You're pretty sure this isn't an elf.
Hold on. What do I have?
Matter of fact, you think this might be a devil.
What does she smell like?
She smells like brimstone.
Beautiful. Can I also use divine sense?
Yes.
Beautiful. Do I have to roll for that? No, no,
It
no.
just activates.
Perfect.
Let me quickly look up something.
I will just do this as well if you prefer.
Thank you.
Was it so? Okay, let me ask for the sake of my sanity. Did she smell like that the moment we walked into the store?
Yes.
Okay, I would have probably divine sensed earlier, but
That's okay.
sometimes I don't think with my nose.
That's okay. So there is 3 scents that you get.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. First, which is the the absolute scent of evil.
Fantastic. All right.
Evil.
Followed by the burning smell of brimstone, which tells you that this is a fiend.
Fantastic.
And the third is the smell of rotting flesh, which tells
Where's
you
yeah?
she's cursed.
Oh, fantastic. All right, I'm about to step on some toesies here. As well, you must have been cursed for some good reason.
I don't think so.
Oh. Somebody would have had to put it upon you, so
Look, it's not my fault the flesh of man is weak. Okay, it's not my fault. It is not my fault that he chose to sleep with me.
so have you been cursed by his significant other?
Yes.
Interesting.
It takes two.
It takes two. Really? And you would know
Fred, I don't think
so
that's-
much about what I am, right? That you would understand what it's like to be me.
She may not.
No,
but
I'm
I do.
sorry. And I just go back behind
Sasha.
Sasha.
Have chill.
Give me another insight check.
I'm done. I'm hide behind Sasha.
I am sitting here just watching this exchange.
Orion, you can give
Thank
me a history
fucking God,
check.
I'm proficient.
A
Well, it doesn't matter.
history
I still rolled a
check.
17. So TPT.
Yes, please.
Oh,
fuck is that number?
goodness. I am good at those.
23. 17 plus 6.
Sasha, whatever this woman, this woman is covered in an illusion of some kind. This
Can
is not
I-
an elf.
Yeah, can I tell mayhaps where or what? Is it a magic that she's using? Is it an item that she's using?
No, it seems to be part of the curse.
Oh, fantastic. Oh,
That
so
would
they
be-
changed your appearance so you no longer look like your original self as well.
Sorry,
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
that wasn't in character. That was
Guten
the TM
Tag.
having a fucking sneeze.
Oh, that wasn't a projection sneezing.
No.
That is a 26 for history.
Orion, given the way that she reacted to what Fred said about how it takes two to tango, and then the way she has said, men's flesh is weak and it's not my fault he chose to sleep with me, you're pretty sure that this is a succubus.
Hey. I'm just gonna switch to Infernal and go, does this make your life easier?
She replies in Infernal, not particularly, but I appreciate the effort.
You know, it is a little rude to hold a side conversation in an opposite language.
I was just testing something. I simply said hello. I get an impression that you may... What's the word for it? Is it succubi these days? I feel like I'm getting strong vibes, if you will.
Yes.
Your wording was interesting.
And if you could possibly find my true name amongst everything that's in his damnable shop, you can free me from the curse. I can't find it because she's cursed my name so that I can't read it.
Is there a lot of stuff with, like, writing on it everywhere?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Everybody just start reading but softly mumbling to yourself. The first person that says it out loud wins. There's 6 of us, I believe.
You know what? I like that plan. Go ahead.
I'd also like to just ritual cast detect magic.
I was about to do the same thing.
Hey!
Are you both doing it?
Why not?
No, I need to ask this. This is a very important question. Are you both doing it?
I
Otter?
was going to, yes.
Okay. Kitchen, are you doing it?
Ron, would you like to tag team this? Double team it? Double team the succubus?
Wait.
Oh my god.
Come on, TOS, Cody!
Oh yeah, hell yeah! Oh wait, no, the other way. God damn!
Wait.
Twin powers activate. Oh,
Wonder
no,
Twin
now you're both-
Powers. Wait.
You're trying so hard.
Where is it? I don't know. Hold on. I gotta bring up the stream. Hell yeah!
No, we were right. We were right.
Oh, Karasef, in the center of this.
Karasef just.
Oh, yeah, just like
naked-
Karasef, like put your arms up and like.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you
well,
go.
Kitchen and Orion.
We need to sit next to each other on the bus.
Kitchen and
Karasef
Orion,
is the bridge.
I hate to tell you both, but you are now afflicted by blind.
Woo!
Because the moment you casted Detect Magic in here, everything lit up and you are now blind.
Well,
Fred, are you casting Dispel Magic on the curse?
Yes.
Alright, I need you to roll me a spell DC check. What level are you casting that at?
3.
Okay. You need to roll me a DC casting check. So you need to roll a D20 plus your spellcasting modifier. Which is something on the spell page, by the way. You should be able to just
9.
go in and... You only rolled a 9?
No, sorry. Spellcasting bonus, attack bonus, or
No.
spell save DC?
Hang on. So it's an ability check. So your spellcasting ability is charisma.
Okay.
So it'll be a D20 plus 5.
Okay.
You could just click the word charisma and it'll roll your charisma check. You fail. You
Okay.
cannot dispel that magic. At least
Okay.
not with that try.
I tried.
Wait, was that a saving throw?
No.
Okay, sorry.
So whenever you cast a spell magic on something that has a higher DC than the spell level that you're casting at,
So
you
I could have
to
just done
try
this.
and-
Gotcha.
Yes, you could have.
Oh, okay. Could I go with that
Um,
one?
You still wouldn't break the spell.
Okay.
Oof.
Ow. Okay.
Like, this is a lasting spell. So, party, start rolling investigation checks. I need to run and grab a drink real quick.
I'll just do mine at disadvantage.
Yes, Kitchen, you will be doing yours at
Yeah,
disadvantage.
I'll let Otter know too.
Investigation.
Or, oh, he may have heard.
I suck at investigation.
I'm gonna bring out
Ooh,
Adira's
20.
dice for this.
I heard kitchen. We're good. We're good.
All right.
Disadvantage.
I believe in you both.
So friggin' cold.
Let me tell you, my investigation is not bad at disadvantage. That was actually surprising.
What'd you hit?
The lower roll was a 12.
Hey, that's what I got.
And that's what I got.
Which means with my investigation on top of it, that's a 21.
Oh, okay. We
You
didn't
have
get
a +9 to your investigation.
I am a
Ooh.
learned being.
Very
I have
nice,
a
very nice.
+9 to history, arcana, and investigation.
Yikes.
I'm only rocking 9s on insight and medicine,
I've only got persuasion and intimidation.
which is handy.
I have deception, intimidation, and persuasion.
Wait, do I have?
Love it.
Oh, I only have 6 on insight and perception.
Kitchen and I are just like, ah.
It's over there. Ah!
We need to find more
Out of
spells.
curiosity,
we both
the
have.
blindness that you two are infected by right now, is that like going from a dark room into staring at the sun, or are you
Yes.
actually like
I
blind?
think, yeah, we flashbanged ourselves.
Everything is magical, so it was going from dim lit to bright.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We need to find more twin spells. Kitchen. Can you imagine the fear in combat? Just
We need to do it more.
You're definitely gonna make your enemy stop and stare for a moment, be like, "What are these two?"
Fusion.
Is that like the dance off?
You
Good.
both do a little twirl.
What are
and
you
then
doing?
I mean, to be fair, what is it? With major illusion, we could have a whole lot of fun with that. Fusion, bang! Giant illusion takes the place of where we were.
Into the shape of a bucket of water.
And I'll be a shark!
I just want the shark sitting on top of the bucket of water, flopping.
One thing that always made me laugh about the Wonder Twins is like, why is this your logic for what you decided on?
Because it stops and makes you wonder. That's the true power of the Wonder Twins.
You sit and
Confusion.
wonder why.
Yes. Their enemies will never forget them. Oh.
So now we know which way to lean if we need to combine
Yeah.
powers.
Oh, we've got this, man. Can't stop Warforged.
I will say, Orion doesn't know this, but Otter does. I'm curious about the other scents in the room, aside from this one creature that
Yeah.
none of us know about other than.
wait, don't I just wait? Am I holding some secret?
Well,
Hold on.
you did the divine sense thing, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you told us any of that.
Well,
You were
I
responding
knew that she was
to them.
cursed. I said that I knew they were cursed. I have 3 cents. The dead, cursed. The fiend. I forget the third one now. I forget the
Rotting,
first one.
rotting flesh.
King
was the
flesh,
No,
first.
that-
brimstone, and evil.
The brimstone.
Yep.
The evil was the
Yes.
fiend, I think.
No, brimstone
No,
was
the
fiend,
brimstone told you they were a
evil.
devil of some sort. Yeah.
and rotting flesh is cursed.
So, were those 3 cents from this one being, or are there 2 beings we haven't seen in here yet?
I will.
Well, I thought it was all for.
I thought it was all for.
I
Yeah.
will ask about the true evil when back returns, because I didn't have a brain about that to ask that at all.
I just
Also, I
assumed
thought
it
she
was
said
her.
this was a dog person, and now it's an elf.
I don't think it was ever a dog person. I think that
I
was a
think
joke
we
we
just
got
started
on
goofing.
because we were like, what breed are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of me is expecting, and the true evil is, looks at one of the party members.
Hee.
Ha! It was one of us all along.
In the Dr. Phil version of that, you are not the evil.
We're all doing that blood test from the thing.
Apologies, everybody. I got up and realized I had to use the bathroom.
Oh, no
Hi,
worries.
what was
We've
the
just
evil?
been theorizing.
Where was the true evil that I was questioning?
Her.
Were all of the scents from the divine sense
her?
the single person?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I was confused. I thought it was multiple instances of the things?
No, it's all her. So, because she pings as evil, she also pings as a fiend, and Sasha is smelling the curse because it seems to be really intertwined with all of it.
Okay.
Now, I would like to point out, and you guys have proven this thus far in the campaign, but I just want to remind you, just because somebody is evil does not mean they're bad.
Correct.
Yeah, remember? Varen was really lovely footy.
So, that being said, let's see, all of them investigate. Hey, you know what, Kitchen? That's a pretty damn good investigation check for rolling at a disadvantage.
Someone else did a lot better.
Well, yes, Orion and Sasha, I still need yours, sorry.
I
21
rolled a-
total.
17.
Orion, did you roll that at disadvantage?
You betcha. The low roll
Use
was a 12, the
echolocation.
high roll was a 17.
Fuck off.
That's what I'm saying.
That's great.
Plus 9,
Mind leading everyone
baby.
else successfully.
As you guys continue to search around, Orion, you find something in a script you're not actually familiar with. Fred.
Huh?
You find a sheet of paper that seems to have instructions written in a language you cannot identify. Sasha,
Yes.
you don't find paper.
Okay.
Instead, what you find is a well-painted portrait that, as you're looking at the elf, this image, as you're kind of shifting it, changes. At one point, it matches what you see, and as you shift it, it shifts to a more demonic, yet much more attractive image. You know those, like...
The Halloween shifty to old lady to better. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I will take said paper and I will
Well, it's like a small portrait, so it's in a frame.
I will take the small portrait and I will give it to somebody who could probably use it better than I can. And by that I mean, I don't know, I'll hand it to like Orion.
The wielder
Yeah,
of
see.
weird.
You want some stuff? Check this out. It
I
moves.
found a weird thing.
Where are you? I can't see you. I hear you.
Oh, that's true.
That being said, I'm dropping my detect magic
Oh, for sure.
and immediately starting on comprehend languages.
Okay. It takes... So, in all of your searching, you've been at this for almost about 30 minutes. Orion and Kitchen, you guys are no longer blind. It is worn off.
Thank you.
Fred will show them the paper she has found.
I will begin ritual casting comprehend languages, and I will sort through all of the associated paperwork in 10 minutes. It is not currently prepared, so ritual it is.
Okay. You, as you're reading these papers, they are written... Orion, what languages do you know?
Ooh-wee, let me ping that for you. There you go.
Okay. It is written in Abyssal,
Ah.
which I don't think was a language you took, Mom, was it?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't, like, give you false information. No, these are both written in Abyssal.
Abyssal wasn't an elective at the guild when I got there.
And
Now mine's Draconic, Celestial, Elvish, Common, and Tandrak.
I can do Dwarven.
let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to... Trying to come up with something good for this. All right. It seems to be an accompanied little story that states, it basically amounts to the succubus seduced my husband, and I am not a patient woman. As such, she has been cursed until her true name is spoken once more. And it must be discovered in another sheet. Now,
Well-
there was a rather particular way that this was written, Otter,
Mhm.
where certain words or letters were written differently or straight up misspelled, but still to be legible. Okay? The letters that you are able to glean are... You ready to write these down?
Oh, I am ready.
Okay. The letters are
R.
R, A, E, M, Y, D, A.
Okay, just to clarify, RAEMYDA.
Yes.
Okay.
The list that Fred handed you is a list of names.
Oh,
Puzzle time,
goodness.
kids.
Sorry, I'm trying to get like a bunch. You will find it in the chat.
Yeah.
And it is just a list of different succubi names. So you have to take the letters that you were given based on the instructions and find the name that matches those letters. They are not necessarily in the order you found them.
Could you paste the instructions too?
For this one? No.
Okay.
I
Mostly because I'm
believe
doing this by the seat of
it
my
might
pants.
be Jamie.
Does it match your letters?
EAE. Mrya. Yes.
Do you say her name out loud?
I'm reading all of this, speaking it out loud, and going through. So Orion probably would have mumbled the name out loud, matching up letters.
Okay. However, it seems as though she didn't hear you.
I think this one might match, guys.
Everybody else can give me an insight check. Just to double check Orion's work.
I mean anything by it, Orion, but I'm just going to
Is
check the homework.
is this all in Abyssal still?
Yeah.
Awesome. Does anyone else know Abyssal?
I don't think so.
No. No, I know the opposite.
For Q, does Sasha know Abyssal?
No, he does not. He knows Celestial. Blah, 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 blah. Let me do this. Hold on. I said, say it. Elven, Common, Celestial, Dwarvish.
Okay. You all think it looks right? Fred and Kitchen, you both like see that the letters maybe match, but not being familiar with the Abyssal alphabet, you're not 100% sure.
Like, it looks like you've got it here, Orion, but I'm just...
They look the same.
Yeah, right? But, like... Yeah?
I'm not sure on the pronunciation of this word. It's not a language I'm familiar with, but we can give it a go. And I will turn and say that name out loud. Daimira?
For a moment, you're not sure if it's gonna work. Before every candle in this place goes out,
Well, that's cool.
there is a rush of heat right before all of the candles come back on. The woman, now seated where that elf was, dressed in a deep red dress, accompanied with a tail and wings, looks at you, looks at her clawed hands, tilts her head back, and screams. However, it is with her own vocal cords and her own mouth. And when she drops her head back down, she alights to her feet, sets herself down very gracefully, and smiles at you. Finally. 350 years as an elf is not an experience I wish to do again. My name, as you said, is Daimira. And I believe that you all said that you were looking for some brimstone. Yes?
I was.
Fantastic. For freeing me from the curse, you shall have your brimstone. And, is there anything else that I might be able to help you procure?
Well, as I'm putting that in my bag, I'll just kind of muttering to myself, Varen will be pleased. Partially to see if they pick up on it, partially because I'm not paying attention to what I'm saying.
She does hear you. And she gives a small smile before she gently puts her hand on your shoulder. Do give him my regard.
Oh, you're familiar.
I am.
Lovely. This may be a very odd question. Are you by chance familiar with the Rolgok family?
Unfortunately not. Sorry.
No worries at all. Like I said, strange question.
Not at all. The rest of you are all quite helpful in freeing me. Is there something I might be able to procure for you? She takes a look at Kitchen, who was rather, unhappy with her personality a while ago.
Wow. She was rude.
Before she was, however, she's been nothing but pleasant now.
Oh, it's it's
Uh,
nice.
You're thinking that the rudeness may have been part of the curse to prevent her from being undone.
Mm. Well, I'm glad you've had an about face.
That was so bad.
Is Kara stuff still just losing their shit in the corner?
No, he is recomposed himself and is just glaring at Kitchen through the slits in his mask right now.
Are we being watched? I feel like I'm being watched.
Sorry.
Oh, right.
Yes.
But I was just here to help Orion find the brimstone. There's really nothing else I want.
She just kind of gives you a small smile. Well, if you ever feel the need for something of the arcane nature, by all means, feel free to come back to the Astral Blade.
I think we will. Thank you.
Oh,
And sorry for the sorry for I mean, it probably due to your curse, but I was being kind of a dick.
There are things that I want to reply to that, but they're not gonna fucking fly with TOS.
making nether region jokes to a succubus. See where that goes, yeah? Yeah. um do you deal
I mean,
in
everyone saw how it was made. There's nothing down there.
We saw the
It's
mold.
no secret. There's nothing. It's just a mound. I'm like a
It's
Ken doll.
basically just a Ken doll.
There's a lot of jokes in there too, but also TOS.
Anyway, she does bid you all farewell unless there is something absolutely pressing that you need of her.
Do you deal in scrolls at all?
I have blank scrolls, but none that are currently pre-written.
Okie dokie.
Can you do runes on armor?
Ooh, I might be able to, but it really depends on what you want. I am a powerful arcanist on my own, but there are even limits to what I can do. A lot of my magic is innate and not learned, and those kind of runes are of a learned sort. But there is a guild, and you watch as she walks behind. Well, she doesn't even walk. She just literally flies up and over the counter, and starts flipping through a book, pulls out a scrap of paper, writes down a local artificer guild's name and rough location within the inner city, and holds that out. if you're looking for runes and armor, they may be able to help you the best.
Okay, thank you. And I'll take the note.
Of course. Now, if you all don't mind, please get out of my shop. I need to go feed.
Please,
Or I'm-
not the husband from before.
Oh no, he's
Even
dead,
if he
so is
begs.
she. No, he's dead.
Oh, fantastic.
350 years? He was a human. He's
Huh?
dead.
Perfect.
No, I might go get a taste of the royal family.
Perhaps wait.
We'll see. It all depends on what I can find. I really can't be choosy right now.
I would just hit up a bar then.
Not the kind of thing that I want.
Says it's not choosy.
No, I mean I mean yes, but also she would probably actually go to a temple of Eros instead of a bar.
True.
That checks out.
Because anything that happens in a temple of Eros happens off screen.
What happens in the temple stays in the temple.
Exactly. So she just like gently ushers you all out and posts a sign that says she will be back the next day, and she is gone. Congratulations! You have helped a succubus break a curse put on her by a witch long dead.
And now she's loose on the fancy part of town.
We've released a demon.
Guys,
Excellent.
This is literally a Jessica Rabbit situation. I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way.
Well, that was an experience.
Indeed, what stays in the temple, or what happens there, stays there. Ah, well, this will be entertaining, at least. It's up to her now whether she will take a horrible route or not.
Well, we can hope.
We can
It is
hope.
approaching. At this point, it is now approaching dinner time.
Ooh, curfew is around 11 o'clock. So we have a couple hours if we want to hang out here still. Or we can start heading back to the inn.
I could get dinner going.
Yeah, where, what was the name of that, artificer group that we should go check out? Were they in the inner city, Monric? I missed that part of the conversation.
Yeah, they're in the inner city here. I suppose we can try and find them. I'm sure they're going to be outside of my price range, but
By the looks of it, everything is outside of our price range here.
I'm fairly positive we could attempt to buy a candle if we poured all of our gold together.
I mean, I got a box of stuff free.
I could start a bake sale.
Open up like a little baked goods cart, wheel it through to the inner city.
Absolutely. I've had to scrape by before meeting all of you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm up for either or. What do you guys think? Artificers sound really cool, but we also want to make sure we are not here past curfew. Look to Karasef, Fred, and Sasha. And thoughts?
I'm okay. We can go to check out this guild. As long as we keep track of the
Intriguing.
time.
Well, I can keep track of time if you guys want to look. I mean, certainly seems like Monric is interested.
Gives us an idea of the layout down here, anyways. And
Judging by my count, we have. What time would you say it is? You said dinner, so like 6, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a handful of hours still.
Well, let's go find an artificer.
All right. Well, I'll start trying to follow the directions and see if we can't find this place.
Okay. Investigation check, please, Monric.
Yeah, I get lost right away.
Yep.
maybe
Anyone
have
else want to take
Orion
a shot at this?
take a look at the map
There is no map
or instructions.
We just have a name.
and a rough area of where you should be.
I can certainly try and look around.
Oh, hand the paper over to Orion.
I will take a glance around town. That's
Investigation check.
a 15 on the die, so 24. Yes, 24.
Okay. You're able to get there as the shop is closing.
Hey. Well, we know where it is for later.
Maybe we should head to the inn then and have supper.
Fred,
And
I need you
yes,
to give me a perception check, please.
shit.
I love that.
19.
Under your
The symbol on the door is a little bit familiar.
Okay.
Mostly because you ran face first into it earlier today. It is a single word with underscoring underneath it. And it is the word Sloan.
Sloan.
E.
Fred will point out that, oh, this is the same thing that was on, and do you think I can remember names? Let's go up. This was on Tenda's armor. The one I ran into. The one that flew us here, Kitchen.
Oh yes.
That's quite the coincidence.
They did say we'd see them later.
Well, we may just have a chance to learn some new things this evening at the inn then. If they are in fact the same people. Well, I will attempt to lead us back out the way we came towards the inn.
All right. You lead the party back to the inn. Thankfully, through the gates before it becomes a problem. Guard presence is now high. It is now heavily up. When you arrive back to the inn, it is bustling with the evening rush. Matter of fact, there isn't a free table to be had. Although there seems to be 2 men occupying a rather large table that would fit all 8 of you.
Who wants to go and ask for their table? Kind of rude for them to just keep the whole thing to themselves.
Fred has already walked over and say, "Hi,
Oh,
my
well,
name
there you
is
go.
Fred.
There goes Fred. Okay.
Is it okay if our party joins you?"
The gaze that meets yours is a piercing blue, and you see, hidden by the shadow of his cloak and by the slight bit of blonde hair that you can see, it seems as though he is wearing a circlet, something finely woven and inset with gems. The other seems to be wearing a long-beaked plague doctor's mask. And this mask turns towards you before looking past you at Orion. The blonde with blue eyes stares at you before standing to his what normally would be an impressive 6-foot height, but you're walking around with a bunch of giants.
Uh-huh.
And he gives you a small bow. I have heard good things about you. You may join us if you so desire.
Can I make an insight check on the bow
Yes.
to see if that was like a formality, or is that something I feel like should be returned?
Sure, you can give me 2 insight checks.
Oh boy, I'm far worse at insight than I am in investigation. So here we go. That is, for the first one, a 4. And the second one is a 4.
So you just rolled like garbage on both
I
insight
rolled
checks.
2 2s. There are scales. I did very well with investigation, and now just I don't understand social cues. Hey, what's up, man? Peace sign.
YOLO, am I right?
Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up, my guy? Bang, bang, bang. How you been?
What is that, my fellow kids?
So, the hooded stranger pulls your chair out for you, Fred, and allows you to sit before him.
Gently sits, looking
And he
very
pulls
cautious.
the chair in. And as the rest of you are seated, he sits himself down as well.
Quick clarification question.
Yes.
Was it the one with the circlet or the plague mask that bowed?
Circlet.
Okay, so I know who's behind the plague mask. I think.
Yes, you do.
I'm
Yes,
not
you
familiar with the one in the circlet, so I'm not sure what to do here. I will do a very deep, like, hinged waist bow.
He looks, for a moment, he looks startled. And then it's just like, and then you watch as the one with the plague doctor mask takes one look at you and just kind of like makes the motion across his throat, like, don't fucking do that in public.
Then I will pick up something from the floor and stand back up.
And you have sat down with a mysterious hooded figure and one of Orion's oldest friends in the world. Conversation is kept banal. Mostly because it's safer that way. And, in a moment, sorry, not in a moment. You all sit down to have dinner. The one in the plague doctor mask does not speak. However, the hooded blonde stranger carries on a decent conversation with all of you, inquiring as to, how you have found yourselves here in Silversummit and what you have seen currently on your visit, and he suggests other nice tourist locations to check out. Recommends he actually recommends the Temple of Ares, which he assures you is a giant coliseum. As the night progresses, a server comes over, a lithe redhead, who taps the hooded man on his shoulder and gently rests her hand on the plague doctor masked individual. Apologies for the wait. Your dining room is ready. If you would all follow me. It is clear she is including the 6 of you in that invitation. And I'm not making y'all roll insight. You're pretty sure that if you don't follow through, she is going to come back and drag you with her. Which will cause a scene.
Part of me would like to see her try, but I will go willing.
No, you don't.
Take all 300-something pounds of me and just go dead weight.
And then do it twice.
I would like to see
Twice.
this.
Is anybody going to refuse or resist the invitation?
No,
Honestly, I'm over 300 pounds too with
No.
all my gear on.
do it thrice.
Doggy pile.
Remember
Yo,
what
I
we're
do
all
not wanna be
here,
at the bottom of
guys. We
that.
don't need to make a scene.
Well,
No,
I'm
that's
happily
true.
going along.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make a scene. I could make it. But
Oh,
there's far
yeah,
too much
it's all good.
attention for me.
So, you proceed into this dining room. And once you are inside, there is a spell cast on the room. And as the spell is cast, the hooded man pulls the hood back, revealing the angular planes of a blonde elf. He wears a circlet filled with gems. As he removes his cloak, it reveals that same raven in flight. Or the eagle? The
Raven
logo I gave
was
you
the
guys,
dark one. You're
the
thinking
logo I
eagle.
gave you guys. Yeah. Emblazoned on his armor. And he stands there, Sasha.
Yeah.
This is King Sterling Rivers.
Oh.
This is the circlet guy.
This is the circlet guy.
Lovely.
So the plague
Um,
mask.
The man who removes his plague mask is also blonde. However, seems to be very pale. Much more pale than Sterling. But he moves over to Orion, shedding his cloak, revealing a bow and quiver, and leaving the mask on the table before he approaches Orion with his arms spread for a hug.
I guess this is a thing? Sure.
And you all watch as Orion gives this stranger a hug.
Nothing wrong
As
with
you
everything.
hear him as you hear said stranger grumble, "Why are you always so hard? Why is it so difficult to get padding in your clothing to make it easier to hug you?"
Well, you see, that's my secret. I'm always hard.
No!
Thank you.
You set it
We're
up.
gonna have to-
I
have to
had
get
no
back in there.
choice.
I
Got
I
it
had
at
no
home.
choice but to
Damn.
spike that into the ground. I'm sorry, but I'm not.
A part of me was like, I shouldn't tempt fate with this, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
You knew who you were talking to.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't find need for padding most of the time. I mean, I'm not around a lot of huggers. Also, is this room secure?
Yes, it is. And this is the redhead who speaks up. Orion, I think you've met her before. And I think you actually met her with him.
If she was the one who was with him at the last inn where I found him,
Yes.
then yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think I caught her
stands-
name, but yes.
Sterling stands proud in front of you and says, "My name is King Sterling Rivers. I wish that I could have welcomed you into the palace, as is my right. However, the usurper is still sitting in my throne. Orion, I have heard many good things about you from your good friend. For those of you who are unaware, this is Casanov Bestra. One of the most fabled archers in Picity. And my right-hand lieutenant, Nadia Rostov. And all she does is give a small wave.
You said Nadia?
Nadia Rostov.
Okay.
And I've been asked to spell the names. Hold on, I'm just going to put them in chat.
Oh, I
Hey.
spelled Sterling wrong.
I got those right.
Cody, where the fuck did you find that?
I mean, it's in the gifts. I didn't have to go far for that, right?
Oh my god. I love that.
I know it's supposed to say we do that here, but I'm seeing the giant blank empty black space as just insert verb here.
We fucking do that here.
Censored.
We definitely do that here.
I am aware, well, I would hope that I would hope that I would be informed as to why you are here. Although I understand the need for secrecy.
We're preceding an army.
Why is your army coming here?
I will remove the piece of paper from my bag, stating the reason why we are to head to Silversummit, and just place it in front of CB. Because I'm tickled that that's what it went by. So I was like, here you go, CB. Kind of tilt my head at them.
That wasn't my choice.
But I do need that back.
Of course. He shows it to his king. Ah! Of course. Of course he stole the crown prince.
And there's
Blast!
a little penciled note at the bottom about the other missing person we're looking for here.
That name's not familiar to me, but I've also been in hiding for quite a few years, so that doesn't surprise me. Damn it!
I will pull out the scroll of sending. About
Yep.
how far off was the last time frame the army let us know about?
They said that they were a week behind you, but you guys made really good time in Bleakburn.
Mhm.
But because that is now cleared out, you see a message stating that the army will be there within 3 days.
It would seem we have 3 days to prepare before the army will be.
So your army comes to lay siege to my city.
It
I
would
think they
seem
realize
that
it's
way.
yours.
Probably.
That is not reassuring, but it is not your fault. Ah! Kasanov, we need to, alert the others. We need to move the time frame up. 3 days. I want us to move in 3 days. Kasanov turns, gives his king a bow, and it basically amounts to, it will be done. Nadia looks not nervous, but a little bit uncomfortable with the idea of having to move up a timetable like that.
And what is being moved up?
If your army is coming, I would like to use it as a distraction. To get into the palace. Originally, we were going to create a distraction of our own, but this might work better.
I mean, a siege could certainly grab attention.
It could, and it could also permanently damage my city. Wound people that are not deserving of what is going to happen. I cannot allow my people to be harmed. You understand?
Indeed.
All right. I'm assuming that you have rooms here at the inn.
That was our initial plan. I don't think we've booked any rooms yet.
Okay. Nadia, please explain to them how to reach the base. I wish to coordinate with these heroes. They look like they'll be useful. I apologize. I'm getting ahead of myself. Would you, the 6 of you, consent to helping us sneak into the castle?
Are we
Okay.
not already? Yeah, yes, definitely.
I look to Casanov
Definitely.
before I respond. Just kind of see what vibe they're giving off.
Casanov looks concerned. But confident.
Well, we can certainly try if everyone's in for it.
We could. I agree with King Sterling. If we can protect the people that don't deserve to get hurt, that's not their fight.
No, no.
What's
So
up?
where do we find this base?
Nadia gives you a very detailed set of instructions and where to find it. And you actually have to head back to the inner city. I'm not going to give you like the full detailed list. The way she explains it, it's not very difficult to follow. It is just a very detailed, like, you're looking for a super specific spot, and
I took the
There's more
note,
sewers, isn't there?
pardon?
lit it on fire, and then wrote it in my notebook in code.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that, Karasef?
Oh, Karasef's just sitting there going, there's more sewers, aren't there?
No.
Oh, thank goodness.
But yeah, I take the note, I read it, light it on fire, and then rewrite it in my book in cipher.
Okay. Okay. Now that you have this settled. Oh, I say settled, but now that you are
We have decided to take part in the distraction.
yes. Well, no, you have decided to take part in the assault. They are using the army coming in as the distraction.
In the exploitation of the... Yes, okay.
Yes. All right. So you Okay. Having agreed to this, the three of them bundle back up and let you know that they will see you tomorrow. That should you find somebody barring your way, that all you would need to do is request to speak to Tenda. And that it should probably be Fred asking to do so. And with that little tidbit of information, we're gonna call it here for the night.
Ooh.
When we are back in 2 weeks, we will be, we will be dealing with, the rest of this. Plot is happening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're ready. Because shit's about to get real. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for joining us tonight. We hope everybody had a wonderful time watching this, even though I diverted the party with something a little bit fun and sort of banal. In their quest for brimstone. We will be back in 2 weeks with another episode of A Knight's Ransom. So do remember, we won't be on next week, but we will be back on the 1st of December. We will be here on the 8th of December. Once the 8th of December, and the 15th. The 15th of December will be our last show for the year. Mostly because I don't know if I'm going to actually have reliable access to a computer on the 22nd and the 29th. And besides, I like to take a 2-week break around Christmas so that I can just focus on spending time with my family.
Exactly.
So, that
Mama Bear's
said,
over there just like, no.
Yeah, Mom's just like, bitch, you what? That being said, we are still in the middle of a pandemic, so please, 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 wash your hands, wear a mask, social distance if you can, sanitize if you can, be kind to one another, and remember, roar for initiative. See y'all in 2 weeks.